Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Can you all hear me okay? I know I'm 2 minutes early, so give it a minute to get started. Want to make sure everyone can hear me. Hello, Swarthy. Hello, Barry. And Harold was in here very early. Hello. Welcome in. And again, let me know if you can hear me okay before we get started. Hello, Harold. Yes, I saw your comment earlier. To your comment, if there's a job where you can, do anything, only fishing, I don't know. Maybe a different type of fishing with a PH on it. Hello, Pandy. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Hey, 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 just Teresa. Okay, we got some people coming over. Very, very good. All right. Hi, the amazing Sylvia. All right, great. And it sounds like you can hear me. Harold said yes, so awesome. Well, then I will give it a minute before I get started. Let it hit noon. Let's see here. Hey, Edward. Welcome in. Nice to see you as well. We got the group here. So it is now 12 o'clock Central. So I am going to go ahead and get started. So I want to just start things off with thank you to Swarthy for inviting me to join the YouTubers Unite virtual conference. Happy to talk to you all today. Now, who am I? So my name is Jessica Hicks. If you're new to my channel and everything, I am a technical recruiter. I am working currently at IT at Nestle. So that is why I'm going to talk to you about IT jobs and skills that are going to be most in demand, because that is my space and I will be looking for these skill sets. I have 10 years of recruiting and HR experience going all the way back to my college days. I was recruiting people, hiring people, and it has translated and has been a great career for me. I also am a career consultant. I provide advice as far as job skills, resume writing, anything really related to getting a new job. Specifically, my bread and butter lately has been IT. However, I do have a history in public relations, marketing, accounting, finance, you name it. So I pretty much help everyone out, and that's really what translates to my channel out here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about what are the most in-demand job skills. Now, technical skills, there's a ton of them, right? There's so many tech skills I could talk about. I am going to try to keep it very concise to the top ones, and I tried to bucket them into chunks. Some of them kind of flow together, right? But the first one I want to talk about is big data. And what do I mean when I'm talking about big data? Well, companies like Facebook, they're getting all of our information, they've got all this data, and what do they do with it? So those are the people that are going to be in demand, the folks that are going to say, hey, here's how we store the data. Here's what we can do with the data. Here's how the data translates into business terms and what we can do to drive business results. So what are these titles going to look like out there in the market? Well, some of these titles are going to be your data analyst. You're going to see data scientists, data analysts. These are the ones from a data scientist perspective. They're really turning data into, how do we visualize what we need to do? What are the data trends? What are the insights that we can get from the data? Data engineers, data architects, they're going to be the folks that are really digging into data, making sure everything's secure, making sure data flows nicely, and we're managing things, right? And then our database administrators and managers, they're holding everything together for us, holding all that data together. So these are going to be the folks that are really in demand. You will see these jobs right now on company websites, your Googles, your Twitters, your Nestle's. And some of the skills I want to highlight for these type of jobs are going to be, you want to have real experience with data, from data query, with things like SQL or SQL. You're going to be using programming languages like Java, Python, JavaScript. And for data scientists specifically, you're going to need to have skills in visualization tools like Tableau, for example. And then also with just the whole workflow of data, you'll need definitely a skill set at ETL. So at a minimum, I would say ETL, SQL, or SQL, query. Those are going to be really important for these type of jobs. And overall, again, you're just managing that data. You're putting the data into visualizations to people like me so I can understand, okay, what does this data mean? What do we need to do? All right, so moving on. Something closely related, but I think we all can relate to is artificial intelligence, or AI. And also, I want to highlight artificial intelligence for IT operations and machine learning. Kind of have to tie these two together because, when you think of artificial intelligence, you're thinking about like when you go to a company website and you get a chat bot and you're talking to a chat bot, but you think it's a real person and you realize it's a bot, right? Well, those engineers, those people that are creating those chat bots are going to be in demand. That's not going away. It really saves businesses a lot of money. So they're going to continue having these different chat bots, online robots, or, when you call up a company and you get a bot. So these are the folks that are behind that technology, your artificial intelligence engineers, your AI researchers, your developers and consultants. And then when we get to machine learning, when you go to a website, you're typing something in, or you're asking Siri something, or you're using an Alexa, and they're able to really learn from you. And so these are the technologies that are going to be in demand. We've been looking for them on our end at Nestle, and a ton of other companies are as well. Skill sets you're going to need, definitely programming. You're going to need Python, Java, some programming language skills. You're going to need to understand AI and how to build AI systems. That is kind of a minimum there. And then going back to the bots, you need to understand chat bots. You got to understand it. And there's things out there like Google. They have their dialogue flow. They have the Amazon Lex now. And there's even like Microsoft Azure bots. So learning these can be a good start to getting into that type of job. So that is AI and machine learning. Moving on. How do we keep all this data? How do we keep everything secure? You see all these scams, you see people getting hacked all the time. Well, cybersecurity is going to be huge. It's already really important. I will tell you, as a recruiter, I have had maybe 6 jobs in the past, looking back over the past year, solely focused on cybersecurity. So that is going to be important. How do we keep our network safe? How do we keep our data safe? So you're going to see it from a technical angle with jobs like security, engineers. Cloud security is going to be really huge in this area as well. And then also with your cybersecurity analysts and specialists. You could also see things like forensics, for example, like, what kind of happened? What happened? How do we get hacked? And all of that as well. And then you're also going to see on the less technical end, your CISOs, or your Chief Information Security Officers, or your cybersecurity managers. You may see the manager titles a little differently, but at the end of the day, we need people that can not only understand security, but also get people in the business on board. Because you can't be safe if people are saying, well, we're going to use this random thing and I'm just going to do it. And so it's like, no, we have to understand security protocols in a company, their frameworks, their policies, and we need people to really be able to connect with business leaders and managers and help them understand how we all can help keep our companies secure. So that is really cybersecurity. I could talk more, but for the most part, you just need to understand the frameworks. Cloud security, again, is huge there. And then also the communication aspect of the job too. There's plenty of certifications you can get as well. I think the most common one is the CISSP. So I will kind of leave it at that. We can definitely have more conversations following this chat, but cybersecurity is huge. Definitely a growing industry, definitely a growing skill set you need. And I would just focus as well on cloud security for sure. So the next one I want to talk about, sometimes people just think of gaming when it comes to virtual reality, augmented reality, and extended reality. It's not just gaming that's important, but definitely if you go to different gaming companies out there, they're looking for the skill set. If you look at companies like Snapchat, they're looking for these skill sets. But I also wanted to highlight these different jobs, your, augmented reality engineers and developers, because companies are looking for ways to engage with their people and with their customers, because we can't really people aren't really going to the stores as much depending on where you are in the world, right? And the employees, a lot of employees are working remotely. So they're looking for creative ways to get people engaged from a training perspective, onboarding employees, getting people to understand like what if they buy a couch, how is it going to look at their home because they can't go to the store to see, or maybe they don't want to. So really connecting in that way. Now, some of the skill sets here are definitely going to be in 3D gaming. So if you understand 3D gaming and understand a lot of that development, it'll be probably easier for you to get into this space. Then also programming skills, C Sharp as well, Unity, and knowing devices like Oculus and the different apps that are out there too. So, and then really quick, because in lieu of time, quickly want to hit on IoT, Internet of Things, and blockchain. So, Internet of Things, basically how everything is connecting. Like we have our Apple Watch, we got the phone, we got the Alexa. These things are talking together to make our lives easier. And so, jobs within this space will become more and more important as well. Along with blockchain, I don't want anyone to get super scared when I say blockchain. I am not just referring to like Bitcoin and Ethereum, although I am a fan. I'm not just talking about cryptocurrencies, but I'm also talking about the technology behind it. I actually had some IT team members at my company talk about blockchain 2 years ago and how we needed to really utilize the fact that you have, all of this data in an open source kind of platform on multiple servers, and it's protected. And so getting into that technology is going to be huge, and you will see a lot of companies looking for that as well. Now, companies hiring for these skill sets right now, I wanted to just share a couple up here. Of course, IT and Nestle, we're hiring, but companies like Binance and Qualcomm and Google, Facebook, all these top companies are looking for these skill sets right now because I have seen them on their job sites. And then I am going to just say thank you to everybody. I want to see if there are any questions in the chat really quick, but where can you find me if you're interested in this type of content? You can find me out on YouTube and LinkedIn. My name is just Jessica Hicks out there. And then you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit at Jobs from Jess. If you need to catch me really quickly, I will tell you I am probably most available via Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So those are the places where you can find me. And I will also be going live today at 3 p.m. Central. And just want to call out where you go next is going to be Pandy's Hair Care and More. So Pandy's Hair Care and More, or you can also go to Swarthy's playlist, and that should show right there. So just want to call that out. So I want to check because I think I am at time. I'm at time here at least. Yeah, I've got just a couple of minutes. So any questions for me about any of those topics? I want to make sure everyone knows where to go after this as part of the conference. And again, just a huge thank you to everyone for joining, and thank you, Swarthy Daisy, for having me as part of this conference. I've been learning a lot of things today. I'm looking forward to the next session with Pandy. I see a couple of comments in here. I think everyone's just telling everybody where to go next. And thank you, Pandy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, great. I'm not seeing any questions, but I appreciate you. Again, I talk about this type of content on my channel all the time. Anything that's job related, resume advice, interviewing tips, and then what to look out for the future, what companies are hiring, also ways of making money outside of just a typical job, or what you'll be able to find on my channel. And again, you can reach out to me here on YouTube or LinkedIn, and also Instagram. All right, I think we're gonna close this out. Thank you, Swarthy Davis. Appreciate that. So we'll close this out. The next session again is Patty's Hair Care and More. I didn't provide a link, but you can definitely easily type it in the chat or go to Daisy's channel under the playlist YouTubers Unite virtual conference. Scroll down and you will see her session. All right, bye everybody.